right, everyone. I'm trying to get my life in order, and it's hard. Okay, so the only thing I've really done today is that I got my beds, I did my vitamins, I did my walk, I washed the dishes, cooked Sophia breakfast. My husband is at, he's at the grocery store because we literally had nothing in here, and he went to the grocery store. I told him like I had nothing to give. So he went to Kroger, and while he went to do that, I was able to accomplish some of the things that I need to do. So we are in, oh, matter of fact, I need to put my watch back on because I took it off for yesterday and forgot, so I didn't get to count my steps. Recently, I'm trying to think like I don't really need to count my steps per se. I just need the idea and the feeling that I have my watch on. So we are currently in this time frame. So I knew I was going to film again. Let me share with you that I am used to a 4-week book. I love my 5-week books, but I start to get very antsy at the 4th week. So typically this upcoming week would have been the week I would have finished the book, and I would feel completely amazing doing that. But because I have one more week, I'm like, then that's when I start to get a little fatigued. That is why I do monthly books instead of like a yearly or every 3 months. I need to have the achievement of it's completely done. I am very present moment. So I never really reference these pages in the back that I've done or in the front that I've done unless my brain dump really is the one I reference the most. But once I bring my brain dump from here and I put it to the next week, I really don't look at the prior pages until the end of the book, where I'm kind of bringing everything over into the next one, which is my Sterling ink notebook that I cut down to the week size, and I put it in here. This what is it called? This Ox Night book. I did use a lot of these tabs. I at first thought, no, I'm not going to do that, but I did use the tabs up. I do like this cover in here. I could go ahead and put my current one in this one because I do like the feeling of a book in my hands and carrying all the extra stuff. But and the black one is the one that I have really allowed myself to use a lot of because it's so broken in. And I don't know why I think of black, because I've got the black here and the brown. I feel like it is more so like, yeah. So the things that I could possibly put at the front of here, or maybe like my crisis cards, my grace and reset cards, my cue words, things of that nature. But looks like it probably won't fit because maybe. So I went to ChatGPT and asked Chad to go ahead and create me what's called a crisis card. This crisis card is to help me to protect my safety and stop escalation, especially if like I'm talking to my husband, pause. Hey, we're both neurodivergent, so it's very, very difficult when, I knew this was going to happen, when we're struggling to kind of like both try to figure out like what we need to give ourselves and what we need to, especially if we're both overstimulated. Shiz balls, I don't know, I need to put something there, but I know I cannot keep that there. So this is a 2-part thing where it says pause, breathe, exit, return. These are cue words for myself, for him, for both. A lot of people don't really explain how hard it is to find regulation between the both. And then I put this Grace and Reset card. It's for shutdown moments for autistic, ADHD, and OCD brain, which is me. And so I do definitely feel that it would be very useful to keep both of these kind of like here at the beginning of everything. The only thing I can possibly do, because I'm not using the decor really, it's just to kind of look at it, but I do not want to move the decor in my brown one, because that is something that has really caught my eye, and I never like to leave the decor, move the decor from what it's currently at. So I thought maybe I can just get my little washi. I do need to laminate these, and unfortunately I don't have any more like how do you call them, card style ones, but I do know I need to do something, because this would transfer off to this, and my only fix for that is packing tape. So I definitely use ChatGPT for a lot of things when it comes to my brain. It's just so very useful to ask him. I call him him because to me it's a him. It's very useful to have someone or something kind of like help me out when I'm struggling. So this would be my main one. And that's for this week. That's for this month. I do have a bunch of shit here. I did think to use these. I'm going to put these back over here, because what I'm liking, and I did it in this, one of these pages, like this, the morning, afternoon, evening. I really like how that looks, and I got that mainly from like one of these. These are Peanuts Planner Co. So I am gonna keep these, and next week to maybe, I don't know, use them in some way, shape, or form. It's going to be a very big week for me. I've got a lot of appointments. Isaac leaves to college, and it's just going to be really fucking scary, to be quite honest. So follow my plan, not the mood, is legitimately what I need to give myself. But again, it's rough. So I don't have the food log over here yet. And that's because I'm still logging my food in the current week. So the only thing I don't bring over to the next week when it comes to my tabs is my food log and my brain dump, because that is stuff that I'm still trying to work through. So what I have to do is go to my current brain dump and just kind of flip back and forth and grab the stuff that I did not get to do, like family pictures. I haven't found him a primary care physician where he is at. I do think that I need to be able to do that. Worst comes to worst, our current one will be able to accommodate any colds. He does have a health clinic there on site. I'm not sure if I want to write him a letter, because it's going to fuck with my letter to Isaac. Because to me, it feels like I'm saying like a final goodbye, but I'm not sure. So I do need fiber gummies, even though my husband is at the grocery store. I only gave him like the things that we need for like the next couple days, because I'm at capacity with my tasks. I'm feeling very overwhelmed. So where we do fit in with each other is that he can definitely carry some of that load more than I can when it comes to me feeling completely overwhelmed. So there are things that I do need to buy still that could be, you know, really, really transferred into this brain dump. But again, next week is a really big week. So it's one of the biggest weeks of my whole entire life this year. Sending my son out into the wild, as I say. It's y'all just, I mean, those that are have a neurodivergent brain with neurodivergent children, you quickly understand how that works. There's no, oh, he's gonna be okay, and all that positive toxic shit just doesn't work for me. I've got to work it out in my own way, in my own head, at my own timing. And the last thing I ever need is anyone, I'm talking any earthly person, trying to tell me how to do that. My husband, he knows, like, he first of all, he's like the type to never offer his opinion until it's asked for. You know, he'll ask if I'm okay, but he's never going to be like, hey, I need you to do this and do that to help yourself. Like, that's more so me. So it's the most craziest thing to be like, I can't accept this type of behavior, but I can go ahead and offer it to people when they didn't even ask, especially my family members. So I've got to be able to tell myself and deal with it my own way. And most times it's just trying to go through it, white knuckle through it, and just like brace for impact, because that is basically what's going to happen to me. Oh, I got another one. I think this is for him. I made him a card as well. I'm going to keep that. So, I do have my little A6. I absolutely enjoy it. And I did buy the Just Scribble one because, first of all, it was on sale. Second of all, I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. I also still have this little book, this Moleskine I cut that I'm using for journaling. That is never going to be something that any of you guys are going to see, but I'm kind of looking forward to maybe using it. So here I am on Sunday. I've been using this as an additional reference for... Did he text me? Somebody text me. I've been using it for an additional reference for myself. Like I said, these are my monthly books, and I kind of like a companion to my main to help me, because it is a monthly book. You know, I don't have any dated things. And although this one is not a dated, because this is the volume 1, it still lets me have another avenue to set up for the week that I can kind of dump. So that's what I'm kind of using over here to do, is to like brain dump over here first. And then my main planner is exactly what I need currently. So I'm just gonna make my own timeline. Time blocking seems to help me in sporadic moments. It depends on my mood. So this is gonna be cook, clean as much as I can, laundry, and then like start dinner, and then really start to dial in move-in day. So in my main planner, I do have how that could possibly look in some of these later ones. Like, I got to get the vials from the allergy shot people. This is the day before. So, you know, I want to pack up the car the night before, so we're not like rushing. I'm going first with Isaac, and then the rest of to help with the room, so there's not a lot of people, and then the rest of the family's coming up. So I have that, and then I have like a day of what I'm thinking it's going to look like. just because I'm going to be so busy these days that I know for sure these are some of the things we need to do. Like when we move in and we get his room situated, I also have to consider that my son is neurodivergent, very perfectionist, very OCD, and he's got to have it a certain way. So I got to allow myself prep for let him to do that. So maybe while he's doing that, I go to the Walmart. He gives me a list of what he wants for food. I withdraw some cash for him, and then I circle back, and then that's when my husband and can come around this time. But we do need to leave around noon. So, or earlier actually. Whew. So there's a lot to do. So I need to dial that in and maybe like make some plans as to what that looks like. I'm just going to write what it looks like. So he currently is in with his girlfriend, and they're moving her in. But the problem where me and him clash is I'm very I'm very brain dump. I talk out of my ass to myself, but then that could be nervous energy to my family because they don't process like I do. But I've got to get it out. I've got to write. I've got to be like, okay, I'll go around the house and I'll be like, okay, so I need to get this. And they're like, who are you talking to? I'm like, I'm talking to myself. Stop it. So what I don't want to do is overwhelm him when he comes home. So I want to allow like a deadline, at least Tuesday. He's got that time blindness really bad to where, so I got to keep him on track that we're not packing at the last minute. So we got to come to a compromise. So today, all I'm just going to do is get through, journal, try to regulate myself, which is watch YouTube, Whole Foods, hydration, things of that nature. Okay? To try to get myself to the next week, because the next week is very daunting for me. It feels so scary that I've got to prep myself somehow. But I have no idea how that looks. So if you're like, what is this? This is an A6 Just Scribble Plans. It was her volume 1. She had it for $5. My friend Rhonda bought it for me. I have some videos on it, but it's really, really nice. I redated it and just kind of kept it just low-key how I wanted it. It morphed into all these different things, but right now I'm this week using it as like a pre-planning memory keeping thing. So I'm noticing that I need like a pre-planner to this, and then I need a memory keeper. So pre-plan, this is while it happens, logging it, what it is, what went on that day, and then I need a memory keeper to like certain things that I want to do to help my creativity. So that is why I put like another little extra page. But I still didn't even do this page. So while I'm sitting down on the couch, like I think what I'm gonna do is just play along with this. I kind of did tell myself what that looked like. Like obviously Sunday, I'm fucking overstimulated like nobody's business. And this was like a fun day. So when I had a fun day, I got off my routine, I got off my schedule, I got like off. So I've been fucked up between this whole time right here. So I've got to get myself back to re-regulation and do the things that I know I need to do to help myself. So I think I might just go ahead and play along with what this could possibly be. Maybe use my fountain pens, do whatever. If not, I'll just fucking leave it, slap stickers on everywhere, and then try to move over to the next week of what that'll look like. So this is the A6 Wonderland 222 that I found in my stash, and I tipped it into the Just Scribbles. I absolutely love her layout. I love that she offers the week, then the days. I wish she would do day on 2 pages, but I know that that would be a lot of time and money and extraness, but I have always been a person where, you know, I leave what I do in the past of the book and move forward to the current. So that is why this system of mine works really, really good for me, because it's doing the same exact thing. This is my 7th year. I forget what year I'm going into and where I'm at, but I've got so many. I started it February 2020, I want to say. So yeah, that's kind of where I am. And I wanted to kind of come back and process with you guys, because I only filmed like a little video showing you how I felt in real time. And I did say I was going to come back. And how I felt in real time is I was just woke up. I was trying to explain my whole weekend. So yeah, I am going to put another one of these crisis cards just to kind of have them everywhere. I also have them all throughout the house just because they are very important to what I'm trying to do for myself, for my family, for my marriage, for my everything. So I might kind of stick some of these with the Hobonichi weeks. Hobonichi weeks I also put in my main planner. I took them out of a pistachio mega weeks, and that I bought last year with the release of 2025, so that I could use them in here. I've been using them for about 4 or 5 months in my main book, trying to like use them for wellness, for pretty planning, for things of that nature, and it's been very, very good. So I think I'm going to carry that same thing throughout the rest of this year. So that's why you see it titled Hobonichi weeks. What I've been using it for is my weight for the past couple weeks. I started at 188. My lowest weight that I got to was like 185, but that was because I was stressed and didn't eat right. So I have no idea what my weight is today, because I refuse to weigh myself, only because I know I fucked up. So I'm not going to even entertain that and do that to myself. I also have a bunch of little coffee stickers. I'm trying to hoard them, but I'm also putting them on my books. I got them on Amazon. They are so adorable, and I do not want to use them all. I mean, obviously I can buy some more, but there are some actual real cute. I need to put him down somewhere because he's fucking creepy. Someone said it was Cat Williams. I have no idea who it is, but let's put him here. He makes me laugh. So yeah, the only other thing I have in addition to my monthly books, like I said, I have no ring planners. I have nothing else. The only thing that I've been really using is this A6 Just Scribbles. And I've been journaling in this hacked dot grid Moleskine book that I cut down and didn't even think it was going to be a thing, but now it's a thing, and now I'm writing on it. And so these are the only 2 really companion books that I'm using to my main monthly planner, and I thought I would come and show you guys. So if you have any questions, definitely let me know. I thank you for watching, and I will catch you on the next video. God bless you.